good evening, bom dia. So today I'm going to quickly navigate for you how to use your textbook on the internet that's been provided to you. You can find the link to complete this resource under the textbook command module or textbook resources on Canvas. Just double check my own words here. I believe it is textbook command. Okay, and here is our link, HMH online textbook. When you click on this link, okay, for you, the student, it's going to take you to your online textbook, where you're going to come to a screen that probably looks like this. You're going to look for something called assignments or my class. I'm not sure what it is on your end. Okay, for me, it's my class. Okay? What I'm going to do, I have in period 5 right here. Okay, and what I want to do is click on the assignment that I've given you to complete for today. This is your asynchronous assignment sitting at home, and that is this right here, the American Colonies, Lesson 3, Relations with England. So what you're going to do is you click on it, okay? And for me, it brings up a grading platform, okay? For you, it should open, okay, to the actual text. This is where you take a second, you pause and say, okay, what am I reading? I'm reading Relations with England. Whose relations? The American colonies that we've been talking about. The 13 British colonies, like Jersey, okay, Pennsylvania, New York, Georgia. It's the big idea. England is largely self-governing colonies prospered under mutually beneficial trade relationship. Summarize that, everyone's doing well. Everyone's making money. Okay? And who cares, right? Why it matters now. Why are we even studying this stuff? Because the system of self-government is what established the government that we have today. Okay? I know you've been born into it and it all seems peachy and everything's fine, but you take a look at places like Belarusia with strong men, places like Russia, places like Saudi Arabia with monarchies, theocracies. Okay? It is not a guarantee that we're always a democracy. This is why you're learning history, so you can understand where this type of government comes from. So it's going to break down, it's going to tell you the story here. If you don't care to read as much as the next guy, you can click this.
Lesson 3, Relations with England, the big idea.
And the audio will play for you. Okay? And let's say you've got something here that, I think this is really important, this part right here. You're able to highlight it, okay? And here you can add a note, right? You can even say, you know what? I want to highlight this here. I want to underline this because I think that's important. Add a note. I need to ask Mr. Pope what it means. Okay, save and close. And then your notes are going to show up over on this side over here. Okay? So it's like having a notebook with you as you go along on the computer here. So as you read, there are going to be some images here. Okay. And then there's also a friend down here, a graphic organizer. Okay. Click on this guy. It's going to allow you to notate the key ideas. Okay. So here, what are some facts and details about England and its colonies prosper? How would you summarize that? Where did the tensions come from, and how does England loosen its reins? And you'll see that each one of these headings over here is going to correspond with one of the headings, okay? With one of the headings of the main story, okay? So you don't see one here because this is kind of like the intro page. And to expand it, I click on that button, hit escape to get out, and to close it, okay? We zoom in. If I want to see it a little bigger, okay? Do that. So now we're going to go to our second page by advancing over here. And if I ever want to go back, I hit this button to go back. So again, here's the heading, England and its colonies prosper. Ooh, I saw that on my graphic organizer. Okay? Facts and details. Oh, I'm reading. Homeland real purpose. Enrich Britain. Big word here. Okay? Mercantilism. I should probably type that into my box and know what that means. Okay. Oh, they have a definition right there for me. Okay. And if I click on it, there's a pronunciation guide. and a glossary telling me what it is right here. That word looks pretty tough to say. Let me go ahead and click on it.
Mercantilism, an economic system in which nations.
Okay, thank you, dear. Oh, how about in Espanol? Okay, so you see there's lots of resources and tools at your disposal here for when you're reading. This is not just like reading in a text where your mind's going to wander. There are plenty of things for you to play with to keep your attention focused, to notate, to annotate. And wait, there's more, okay? We have some maps here, okay? I'm going to expand this map here so I can take a look at it. I'm going to zoom out, zoom in, okay? And look, little push pins as well to tell me information. Oh, so look at in the Carolinas, Virginia, tobacco, wheat, cattle, iron. There's a key. This is that stuff we've been learning in class about the geographic regions. I remember this. Okay? So New England colonies, which are way up here. Zoom out so we can see them again. Okay? Southern colonies, middle colonies. Okay? So lots of little tools at your disposal to help you learn this information here. Okay? So slide down here. Oh, Mr. Pope, there's a map question. Okay? What geographical feature determined the western boundaries of the southern and middle colonies? And I think that answer is, I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not giving you that. That's where you're going to, by looking at the map, okay, think about which feature determined the western boundaries of the southern and middle colonies. Well, Mr. Pope, which way is west? Well, if I'm not mistaken here, I did see a compass there, compass rose. There it is. North, east, south, west. And the question is about the southern colonies and the middle colonies and the natural geographical feature. So I'll allow you to pick that one. So after you read on and see some of the other information, there's a question for you there. Sorry. Skipped ahead, but I want to show you that. Here's the question popping up right here. And this is where you type your answer. And this is where your information will be stored here, and you'll be able to go back and reference this to help you study. And this is where if you're confused about something, we can have a conversation and I can help you with what you're confused about because I can see what you're writing. So move on. Tensions. Okay. Primary source investigation. So you can check out 18th century or 17th century artwork. Check that out. Fancy, right? Okay. Some more text. Board. You know what?
England loosens the reins after 16.
There you go. So listen to it. For more information, diagrams, puts it in visual format for you. And a question here. Okay. Salutary neglect. All right. Now you get to the end. You have a review. You're almost done. Okay. And look at this. Flashcards already made for you. Bam. Okay. Bam. Okay. So this text has a lot of cool features to it that you might not be used to using. Okay. So there's some flashcards, review a graphic organizer, how did the English Bill of Rights and the policy of salutary neglect lead to more self-government in the colonies? A question that will help you summarize. This basically wraps up. If you can answer this question, then if you can answer this question well, then this exhibits that you really understand the information that you're being asked. And lastly, if you want to explore more about the people, places, and events discussed in this lesson, check this out. I know you're all dying to see dyeing colonial fabrics. You like that pun, don't you? Okay. So if you click on this, it will tell you some more about how clothes were made, why indigo, and why other materials were important in the colonial economy. Okay. So you got some beets here. They're not just for eating. Tea leaves, not just for reading or drinking. Okay. And there you go. You can dye some cotton string with some tea. I still remember a student many moons ago. They were doing a paper on the Declaration of Colonies, and they brought it into me, and it was all parchment-like looking and brown. And I was like, "Whoa, how'd you do that?" And they were like, "Oh, I just dyed it in some tea." I was like, "What?" That was in 6th grade. So, some of the stuff that was back then, some kids are still doing today, but that was fun and was cool. I'm not saying you have to dump your laptop in the tea. That would not be a good idea. Okay, But if you want to have fun with something else for another project, here's something you can do with them. All right, you got any questions? Hit us up on Canvas. Talk to us in class. Let us know.